So.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree. Proof is in the pudding, and degrees and certifications are great and can certainly be an advantage, but proof is in the results that they deliver.
Exactly.
I mean, look at Tony Robbins. He doesn't have any certifications at all, and he's like the world's most renowned coach, right?
And he's Tony Robbins.
Yeah, exactly. And you had mentioned, you touched real briefly on setting boundaries, and that's something that your coach works with you on. That's definitely like a big problem that a lot of entrepreneurs have, including myself. It's so hard because it's hard work to be an entrepreneur. It's hard work to grow your business. And a lot of us are like type A, like super competitive and sort of OCD about how everything plays out because you want to be successful. And so what are some of the things that you've learned as it comes to setting boundaries that the listeners might find helpful?
Yeah, I think for me, I have what, it's called a model calendar, and I'm very intentional with what I'm working on. So, for example, social media, even though it's important for me to get for exposure, it's important for me to be on there, it's important for me to provide valuable content. If I'm on social media all day, that's not going to move my company forward. That's not going to move my business forward compared to really networking, meeting new people, trying to get in front of larger audiences so that way I'm able to get my message out there. Trying to really be more intentional about the work that I'm doing so that way during the course of the day or the days that I'm working on my business that I'm really hitting those high ticket items. And just really honestly just setting the schedule that I have. So most of the time on Mondays, I do a lot of strategy work. So I have dedicated time during that time. On Tuesdays through Thursdays is when I do more client work. But everything is scheduled. Everything has a time and a place for when I'm working on things, right down to the social media and even when I check my email. So it's been very helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Social media is like the black hole. I actually just made a post on this the other day because I found a new tool. If anybody's interested in checking it out, it's called Momentum, and it's totally free. It's a Chrome browser plugin. But every time you open a new tab, which I find myself doing all the time, just to go surf for some random thought that popped into my head, it'll actually pop up this thing and it'll show you what your goal was for the day. So it doesn't let you click on anything until you look at your goal and you're like, oh shoot, I'm not supposed to be doing that.
I love that. Yeah. It's called Momentum?
Yeah, it's a sweet little
okay.
Back. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to look into that for sure. So, yeah, because we all do it. We all kind of go down the rabbit hole. Like, oh, that's so nice. Oh, look at the kid. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. And then the next thing you know, it's like 30 minutes has passed and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to really focus on doing some outreach calls or something, so it's just like, oh goodness. So yeah, it's a trap. Yeah.
30 minutes is light on the numbers that I tend to get distracted on. Like sometimes it'll be like an hour later and I'll be like, oh my gosh, what did I just do?
Yeah.
There's another one called, what's it called? Facebook Newsfeed Destroyer or something like that. Another really good one. When you log into Facebook, it blocks your Facebook newsfeed, so you have to go in there with intention. You can't just start scrolling through your newsfeed. Another awesome one. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So if you if somebody were looking to enter sort of the coaching field, they sort of like this business model that you're sort of doing, how would you what advice would you give to them as they sort of start to plan to get into that and launch it? Is there some sort of a launch strategy? Is it heavy on social media? Is it paid ads? What do you do to get things off the ground as a coach?
Yeah, really, I'm getting ready to do ads. I am getting ready to do that. A lot of, just connecting with different people. So, just trying to get my message out there. I do a lot of work on Facebook. I've had live webinars. I've done speaking engagements, just because I even speak at a nurse practitioner conference, even prior to my business, but that's been very helpful. Just really connecting with people that you already know. Just, hey, this is what I'm doing now. So I think just really trying to do anything to really get what your message is out there. Also, too, I think really knowing what your message is really important. Mm-hmm. I know a couple episodes ago that you talked about, the guest that was on there talked about niching down, and I cannot really suggest that enough. So really honestly knowing what your niche is, which can be really difficult too. But if you have a niche, then you can definitely speak to that niche and you'll grab the right people that you want to work with too. So. Yeah,
I love that advice. Niching down. Riches are in the niches. It's a saying. It's there for a reason. You don't need a huge, massive audience in order to earn a solid income and help a good number of people. And honestly, if your message is too diluted, if you're too unniched, then it's going to be really hard getting attention because there's too many people in that. And what do they call it? The red ocean. Russell Brunson, I think, calls it. You want to be in a blue ocean where there's not a lot of sharks swimming around. So niche down, and then sort of once you take off there, I think from niching down, you can sort of work on unniching.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and really honestly, like, because even with the clients that I work with now, we start talking about career, but it develops into so many other conversations, and, because they're really just all connected anyway. So I think what a lot of people feel is that if you niche down, then you're not going to be able to help people. Well, you're helping people, and you're helping people in a bigger way, and things just naturally start to evolve anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as a sort of fresh entrepreneur, I'm sure there's like a million different struggles that you've had to go through to get to where you are. What are some that stand out in your mind, just where you had really tough days and you're like, man, is this the good decision for me? Should I go back to like my management jobs?
Yeah, I would say really just the patience piece is the hardest piece, because I want everything now. I want like a full docket of clients now. I want to really be able to have, thousands of people have my message. And so I think just really having patience and appreciating where you are and really just enjoying the journey is what I keep telling myself, because that's the biggest challenge for me. It's just, and then also too, just trying to figure things out. So, when you're first starting out, sometimes you're not able to delegate things the way that you want to. And because of my management career, the one nice thing is I'm very strong in the delegation skills. So I don't really have a problem handing things over, but sometimes I'm not able to hand things over because I haven't been able to hire that person or, been able to bring them on yet. So I think just being patient with the process is where I'm